Hey everyone, welcome to New Time Conversations with Olivia from Elemental Living.
Hello!
And Karen from the White Temple. So the New Time energy was a term first used by Annie Senov with regards to the new energies that you can see these days in the children being born and that you see in adults who've had an aura transformation and that are just on the planet affecting everybody in certain ways. And one of the main key things about aura transformation is, and the New Time energy, is about us really coming from our truth. We brought that up recently in the interviews that we did with each other about our own journeys. And it is a strong theme, and it makes a massive difference to the way that we relate to other people and in our lives.
It's definitely been a strong theme for my journey. As I said in my oil transformation video, with myself, kind of being honest with myself and knowing what's right for me, and then having that reflected in other people. In a romantic sense, when you're with your partner, I think it's important that what I've found is integrity comes up, because if they have a good integrity, then you can feel safe in knowing that they are speaking their truth. Whereas if you feel like there's a lack of integrity there, then unsafeness comes up. And I think as a woman, it's really important that we feel safe with men. It's what brings out our femininity and brings out their masculinity, so that it's a nice balance.
Same the other way around as well. Like, they need to feel safe with us. So if there's a woman that's not in her full integrity, that she's a little bit all over the place, or a man doesn't feel fully safe, then he's not going to be able to really show up either.
And it's trusting what they are saying to you is real and the truth. And if you know someone's coming from their heart space, you won't question it. Whereas if you've got someone saying something to you and in the back of your head, and this isn't about like as in on the basic form of truth and lies, this is more about how they feel. So it's kind of coming from a space of trusting that they are doing what's best for them, whatever that may be.
That they're being authentic.
Yes, and that you're doing what's best for you, whatever the outcome that means between you. And if you can have that complete trust in them, then you can surrender and just allow it to be. And there's a peace within that. Whereas if you're always going against it, that feels uncomfortable, and that's kind of where the unsafeness comes from.
And that makes a really interesting contrast to if you take like an old model of relationship, you know, like previous generations, for instance, where you get couples who are saying the right thing, doing the right thing in society, not speaking their truth because they don't want to destabilize anything. So everybody's like colluding with this kind of, you know, there's like this big overall lie in a sense, because everybody's saying and doing what they think they should. And so there's no genuine intimacy, or there's you know, it's just not allowed. It's like the truth isn't allowed. It's being kind of cushioned over. And that some people, a lot of people still, that's still a really strong theme, this like people-pleasing thing, that you somehow think that you can build intimacy and trust by pleasing the other person, by saying what the other person wants to hear, right? Or by, or like, you know, or having to, or if you're not going to people please, then trying to find an excuse why that will let them down gently, or kind of cover your back a little bit. And so, you know, and there's almost this idea that that's going to create intimacy, but it does not. And so like what you're talking about is, a situation where it's almost like it's not about the fact that you agree or not. It's not about doing what the other person wants. It's not about any of that stuff. Like none of that, you know, the kind of content of what is being said isn't the factor that's important. It's the fact that if you know it's from their truth, that they're being really authentic from their heart.
It makes you feel safe. That's the only other way of putting it.
Because
you can feel the energy like dissipate, and it kind of goes a bit. you can feel the energy flow easier rather than this kind of like uptight kind
it's
of.
like, what's going on there?
And it almost becomes like a power struggle.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think you'll be surprised, like, when you do speak your truth authentically from the heart, and this is with compassion, not like passive aggressive, I'm speaking my truth.
Or just aggressive.
Yeah. Like, so it's about speaking it with compassion. People do receive it really well because they know that it's coming from your heart. And you'll find that then brings the I can't say intimacy.
You just said it.
The intimacy.
Can't say intimacy.
The intimacy. I can't say it again. The intimacy levels up a notch because like they feel closer to you because they know your true essence rather than this facade that you're kind of portraying.
Yeah. Yes. It is about safety, isn't it? And I think for, you know, if we look at the two sexes and what they need from each other, you know, women want to feel safe with their man, and there is something there about a man needing to have like that kind of strong core, you know, because a woman is more like nature, isn't she? Like a woman's nature is more kind of like flowing, and it can change, and it's more about feeling, and so the masculine energy is this kind of strong core energy, and if you don't sense that in your partner, there isn't that, you know, he hasn't got himself. Basically, it's like he hasn't got himself.
He doesn't understand who he is. He doesn't know what he wants.
No, he's not following his purpose. He's not like, he doesn't have his own core. Then that is never going to lead to a healthy situation. And I think for a man as well, they may not be looking so much for like that strong core within us, but just that we're kind of sharing our feelings. It's like that movement of where our feelings are at from moment to moment is really kind of nourishing for them. But this is like the whole masculine and feminine thing is a massive topic that we'll have to talk more about. But yeah, the beauty of being able to share your truth.
Even in friendships, so it serves in friendships as well, not just in romantic relationships. You want to feel safe with your friends, like your girlfriends, your sisters. You want to feel like, like you can speak your truth and it's going to be received. I mean, there's a whole other thing of like feeling safe within that.
Yes, that you know that your truth will be received and someone isn't going to react to it. So obviously this requires a certain level of involvement to begin with. Certain things have to have happened.
Although you will be surprised, so do give people a chance.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. But it does require that, you know, that you can share your truth. You obviously need to feel safe from the other person for you to share your truth. So it's a little bit of a chicken and egg.
But I do think as well, like, you know, like for you to, if you do share your truth, like for me, I've been on this whole journey with like sharing my truth with my family, like as in the sense of, you know, like being who I am true in the centre, and the story of them not receiving that well because of being, I guess, a spiritual being or whatever you want to call it. But with that, when I deliver it, if I'm feeling uneasy within myself, that can be how it's received as well.
Yes. Yeah. So it's also about
owning your truth.
Owning it, and so then there's no drama because exactly, that's a good point, and that's something that I've noticed as well. That after I came more into the new time energy, when I had the oil transformation, I started to speak my truth more clearly. But doing so in a way that didn't have any drama attached to it.
Yeah.
And so it didn't provoke a reaction. Whereas if I'd said the same thing, speaking my truth, but I was kind of a little bit shaky around it,
a lot when I was saying stuff about my work.
Hesitant because there's drama around it for you, then the other person will pick up on the fact that there's something, you know.
Yeah.
Something not quite right there in the alignment of what you're sharing, and then they'll react to that. So it is, just owning it and respecting it within yourself. What else? I feel like there's more that I want to share.
Yeah, maybe take a couple of seconds.
Take a couple of seconds. Have a sip of tea.
Have a sip of tea.
Cheers. I think we could leave it there. What do you
Yeah, I
think?
feel
Is
like
there
maybe
anything
that's
else
the
you
end.
think?
No, I feel like I'm forcing it now.
We can always do part 2 another time.
We'll do part 2 truth another time.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.